Are you, like me, about ready to just walk out that door? You're tired. You're sick and tired. You can't take it anymore with your job. And in fact, you're doing something you don't normally do, and that's sitting down, having an adult beverage when you know it's not going to do you any good when you're pissed off. Does any of this kind of resonate with you? Because that's where I'm at right now. And I just thought, you know what? Why don't I just talk to you? Because I'm sure you're dealing with the same shit that I'm dealing with. Your job is just driving you insane. Yeah, folks, it's me. I'm back again. Scott, the individual that's dealing with American idiocracy. With myself mainly, and, well, others as well. Last video, I was talking about how I was dealing with how she's basically over me, how she's moving on and everything else, and really opened up quite a bit there. And I'll tell you what, I after having some time thinking about what I shared with you, I'll tell you what, it was very therapeutic. And there's been some others that's left some comments on that video, and I know one thing, I'm never going to be able to tell you how to live your own life or suggest on what you should do, because only you are in that situation with that relationship. And all I can say is you got to find yourself again. You know, find something that you could do that could regenerate you as who you are as a whole again. Because even though I can't solve your problems or give you the right answers, I could just only share with you with what's helping me out a little bit, those baby steps of trying to rebuild myself. But ironically, my job frustrates the hell out of me. But I think every adult has to deal with that. And it's so funny. I was going to use age as an excuse, but I can't use that because, okay, I'm 55 years old. I am a supervisor / lead driver. My job, I don't want to give out names because I don't want to, first of all, I got to be smart about what I'm saying here and not sound like I'm pointing fingers or saying, I'm just trying to describe my feelings and what I go through on a daily basis without, regretting what I say later, if that makes any sense. As an adult, and I'm sure you are an adult, you get exactly what I mean here. You got to kind of be careful about what you say, especially on the internet, because it's there forever. We as an adults, we have to basically realize as you get older, life just doesn't get any easier at times. It does. It gets more difficult at times. And I said something to one of my friends today, we'll communicate, throughout the week because he's busy with his job. I'm busy with mine. And I said to him, because I was so frustrated with what's going on with work. And I said, they should start teaching in high school a course that as you get older, life is definitely going to get more difficult. It's going to come down on you hard the older you get. And they really should have a class in high school for that. And he said something that I totally agree with. He says, yeah, that's the parents' job. And he's absolutely right. It is the parents' job. But there are some kids right now that sadly, they don't have a mom and dad right now teaching them those things. Maybe it's because they don't know where their mom and dad's at. And when I thought about that, I'm like, you know what? I complain a lot about my life, and yet these kids, they don't even know who their mom and dad is. And so therefore, yes, they do need a course out there that basically tell them, yeah, your life is difficult now, but if you don't learn how to manage your life at a younger age, when you get to be a 55-year-old fart like me, it's going to be tougher because you're going to have to deal with a lot of difficult things as the days or weeks go by. And I'm just saying this as a job issue. I'm not talking about if your health a major issue, because I think about that stuff all the time too. It's like, well, you're bitching about how things are going on with your life right now. So she's seeing someone else. Get over it. Life goes on. You'll meet somebody else eventually if you start focusing on you. Get you back on the track again. Get your happiness back. You don't need somebody else to fix you. You need you to fix you. I hope that made sense. So your job's pissing you off. Shit happens. It's a part of being an adult. There are going to be challenges all the time. But it's not my job so much. It's coworkers that drive me insane. And there's someone who's older than me. And there's people that are younger than me. And it's just like, I can't say, oh, it's these damn kids. Because there's an adult that's 10 years older than me that just doesn't seem to get it. And it drives us insane. So why do I tolerate this? Why do I continue to get up every morning? It's the responsibilities, the mortgage, the car payment. I've got a son who's 30 years old, who's autistic, and he's always basically going to be a kid. And he's with me every other weekend. So I have those responsibilities. I have a dog that depends on me. I have a car payment. I have responsibilities like most adults should have. And I like to take care of them. But I get frustrated when I've got coworkers around me that they just don't seem to understand that their lack of accountability, their lack of making it to where, look, we got to help each other out in order for our week to be a lot easier. Look, if you just did the simplest things that we have to do to work together as a team in the morning, our days would be less frustrating and I'd be bitching less. Because all in all, I should be very thankful. I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now on a Thursday night, having an adult beverage right now. It's because it's a Friday night for me. I have a job that's Monday through Thursday. Pretty damn good, 4 days a week, right? A 3-day weekend all the time. Unless the weather's really bad in the middle of the week and you have to work that, you get the idea. We had to do that here recently. I get paid once a week. Direct deposit, not that bi-weekly crap. I recently got a raise. My income's going to go up even more here in June because we're going to be busier. Oh shit, we're going to be busier. So I got to figure out a way to find some new formula to tell these guys, look, what we're doing isn't working. Because we're all stressed out about issues on a different level, and we have to figure out how to come together to fix this in order to make it right. I wish I would have thought of this earlier. It would have made so much more sense. It's because you guys, you helped me out here. Seriously, this is very therapeutic. I suggest it. Talk to a camera and drink an adult beverage or two. I'm just going to leave it at that. I realize that this is something I can get through. This is something that it's just going to make me stronger. So if you yourself are dealing with things like this that are similar, just try to remind yourself, you got to figure out a way to fit that round peg in a square hole. And you know what I mean? Now, if you're truly miserable at your job, if you're so unhappy that no matter what, if you've done the pros and cons list and there's only one pro and there's like 20 cons, then maybe you need to really sit down and figure out what to do. Maybe you should move on. Life is too short. You don't want to be at my age trying to figure out how to fix that round peg in a square hole over and over and over again at that same job. No, if you're younger than me, even if you're 10 years younger than me, You got to make some changes in your life. I'm trying to do them right now by focusing on me. And I still feel like even though my job drives me insane, I got to stick around and deal with it. Because sometimes we have to as adults. Sometimes you just have to deal with it regardless. So, you know what? I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to finish these 2 beverages here and go watch a movie and have, I don't know, a late night snack. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you soon.